St. Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13 to 17, dear friends. Scarcely had the birth of Jesus been announced to the people by the shepherds who had seen the star in the east, when King Herod sent for the 3 wise men whose knowledge were the first fruits of the Gentiles. Then Jerusalem was all astir. Can you imagine the courage, also faith and devotion, of the 3 wise men who were called seers or magi's by the people? But for the shepherds, they were God's angels, for they all had studied theology and astronomy under the prophet Isaiah, and understood the coming of Jesus, and also about the star that was to be so bright. It seemed as though it was many angels performing the part of a guide to the shepherd travelers. Isaiah's prophecy was as follows. He said, a teacher out of Abraham's seed, which would produce a happy ending in man's understanding, which was your Jesus' teaching. For Jesus was born in Bethlehem, a town in Judah, and the angels told the shepherds to consider Jesus' birth as spiritual, and his teaching was born to establish a spiritual teaching for all nations. So his teaching became the founder of a better way of life for all people. His teaching has given men the study of all chemistry, in fact all studies worthwhile, which takes in all men's mental states. This makes his teaching the most important and worthwhile study in all this universe, and should engage the attention of all our people in all nations. Jesus' miracles proves his understanding of all chemistry and power in this universe, also the power of God through divine thought, and God made everything for man's good, and God adorned man with all the gifts of mind, and this qualifies man for any exalted position, yes, even teaching the tree of life. And this knowledge supplies man with all the necessities in his journey of life here. Man must avoid wrong thought. Then divine laws and powers takes charge of his soul and mind. For God is our Father, giving us all our needs, and Jesus our brother and teacher. And an angel appeared to Joseph and told him to take the Christ child to Egypt. For King Herod, who was a Philistine, sought his life, and God sent a power of fear over King Herod, because the king was very angry over Jesus' birth. And as he was a cruel king, also mentally blind to good thought or to knowledge, and was following the cruel policy of the Roman Empire history. But God is much wiser than man, and has a much kinder way. For Jesus grew in grace and wisdom, and was born with true understanding and instinct. So God's trained angels under God's divine power could work in and through his mind when man needed help of any kind. Jesus has studied all knowledge while in the monastery located in Tidbits, learning there about angel contact, and he was sure and correct in all his spiritual contacts, for he lived a divine life, making his example perfect for all men and all nations to follow. Let us pray his prayer.